Welcome back to Worldwide Eye News, where we dive into the stories shaping headlines today. In this video, we're discussing the latest development in the infamous case of the Menendez brothers, Eric and Lyle, who were convicted of the brutal murders of their parents in 1989. A prosecutor is now arguing that the brothers should be resentenced. What's behind this call, and could it change their fate? Let's break it down. First, let's revisit the case. On August 20th, 1989, Lyle and Eric Menendez shot and killed their parents, Jose and Kitty Menendez, in their Beverly Hills home. The brothers initially claimed innocence, but their lavish spending and suspicious behavior soon drew the attention of investigators. In 1990, the brothers confessed to the murders, but during their trial, they claimed that the killings were an act of self-defense after years of abuse at the hands of their father. After two highly publicized trials, both brothers were convicted of first-degree murder in 1996 and sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. The jury rejected their defense of abuse, and the case became one of the most notorious criminal cases of the 1990s. So, why are we hearing about resentencing now, nearly 30 years later? Recently, new evidence has surfaced that may support the brothers' original claims of abuse. In addition, a prosecutor is now arguing that the Menendez brothers should be resentenced based on what they claim was a lack of understanding about childhood trauma and abuse back in the 1990s. The prosecutor's request centers around new testimonies and documents that were not available during the original trial. This includes witness statements from people who allege that they knew about the abuse before the murders. Supporters of the Menendez brothers argue that these new revelations should lead to a reduction in their sentences, or at least a new trial to reassess the original verdict. Legally speaking, resentencing is not something that happens often in murder cases. However, under certain circumstances, courts may reconsider a sentence if new evidence emerges, or if it is determined that the original sentence was based on incomplete or flawed information. Proponents of the resentencing argue that society's understanding of abuse and trauma has evolved significantly since the 1990s. This could mean that the Menendez brothers' claims of long-term abuse might be treated differently today, potentially leading to a reduced sentence. Public opinion on the Menendez brothers has been divided for decades. While some believe the brothers acted out of greed, others argue that they were victims of severe abuse who snapped under pressure. The recent calls for resentencing have reignited public debate, with many wondering whether these new developments will change the course of the case. So what could happen next? If the court agrees to consider resentencing, the brothers could have their life sentences reduced, potentially opening the door for parole. However, this is far from guaranteed. The prosecution would likely have to prove that the new evidence of abuse is credible and that it would have impacted the original sentencing. In conclusion, the Menendez brothers' case is far from over. With a prosecutor pushing for resentencing and new evidence coming to light, we may be witnessing a pivotal moment in this decades-old legal saga. Whether or not the brothers will see any changes to their sentences remains to be seen, but this case continues to captivate public attention. We'll continue to follow this case and provide updates as more information becomes available. Let us know in the comments what you think. Should the Menendez brothers be resentenced, or does justice stand as it is? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more in-depth coverage of the world's biggest stories. Thanks for watching.